Hello everybody, how are you doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. This is nervy time. I mean, this for me this is one of the last chances. I think we will have to catch Arsenal because there's so many times that a team does so many mistakes in a title race. I think we just can't keep letting Arsenal off the hook every time. They've given us chances before, but we couldn't take it. And right now, I think this City, we just cannot afford to we just cannot afford to put a foot wrong. That's the thing. We absolutely cannot afford to put a foot wrong. He's gone too defensive. The Spurs manager Thomas Frank, you can see Dragosin, Romero, of course Van de Ven is not there, so he's playing Palinha. I guess Palinha will play in a back three, like they've been playing the last few days. Spurs. I watch a bit of Spurs because I have Dominic Solanke in my fantasy team, but not today. Today I want Dominic Solanke to flank anyway, but yeah, uh, to flop anyway, Dominic Solanke, but. Uh, but it's gone Bissauma, Palinia, Archie Gray. He's just gone so much. Pepe Matassar, I believe, he's got so much more defensive. Bayaji is here. Hey, Bayaji, how are you doing? Bayaji says Spurs injury situation is even worse. Do or die week for us. Bayaji, what I tell is this is the final one third of the season. If you compare the Premier League season to a relay race, it in a relay race it only matters that you might be behind, but you should be within reach when the final one third comes, because generally in a relay race with the final lap you have the best runner. Like for example, when Jamaica used to win Olympic goals, they had Usain Bolt running the final one third. So you know that even if you're a bit behind, you can do the final one third. I think that is what City are as a team are. I think Pep has optimized us so well. We have seen it season after season after season that we are the team for the final one third. We are the team that just leaves everybody in the dust in the final one third, and that is what we have to do. This is the final one third of the season. This is it. Good to see Rodri. I think Rodri is playing as a lone DM, so that's interesting. And he's playing right now as as the left back. So we'll actually see. It's almost like Semenyo and Erling Haaland are playing as the two strikers. But I really thought he would play Omar Marmoush on that left hand side. Maybe Nico Riley in the middle, but no, that's not possible. You had to drop Bernardo Silva. So maybe I thought he'll play Marmos on the left hand side. But interesting is Godford Aitnauri on the left hand side, which is an interesting choice. Maybe that means Aitnauri is the one who will provide width on the left hand side, and it's probably Nunes on the right with the width. And Semenyo cutting inside on the right, which means Nico Riley will not venture forward as much. So he might join in the midfield or from a back three, depending on what Pep wants to do. Nico Riley, interesting tactical this thing. This is very interesting. Bernardo Silva, there is the pass was a bit hit a bit heavy. The pass was hit a bit heavy. I thought there was a break on at that moment. I thought there was a break on, but it was very interesting to listen to. It was very interesting to listen to Pep Linders in his press conference, where the journalists were, for the first time, they were asking him very good questions regarding where does he see the style of, I mean, football going in general. But Semenyo is there, can Semenyo cut inside and shoot? Ah, should have had a stronger shot. Exactly, Bayaji says weak shot by Semenyo. Exactly, Bayaji, he should have just tried to find the far corner there. I think Pep switch almost a 4-4-2. Countania is here. Countania, how you doing? He says Foden dropped. Yes, of course, it's dropped. Yes, of course, Foden's dropped. Because where do you play him? That's my question, Countania. Where do you play him? It's ultimately come down to It's ultimately come down to Foden or Sherky, and right now you play Ryan Sherky. Ryan Sherky is giving you at least one goal involvement a game. His he can play line breaking passes. So where do you play Foden is the question mark. There's no spot for Foden. On the left wing, you're better off playing Marmosa right now or over Foden. Bernardo Silva again has to give it to Matthews Nunez. This time I think Nunez is not available there for the width. Nunez says, will Foden leave in the summer? Of course he will not leave. Of course he will not leave. Of course he will not leave in the summer. I mean, Foden's not in the squad, not because Pep has an edge. That's a very good ball. See, Foden's not in the team. It's not because Pep has an agenda against him or something. Foden's not in the team because he's been playing crap. He's not been playing well. He had that 4-5 match spell where he was very good. After that, he's not played well. Pep's given him plenty of opportunities even this season, but he's not played well. So I think if Foden can put some strong performances in the training and stuff, I think Foden will be back. And even in the England squad, it's a strange situation for England. You see the top Spurs are on the attack. You see the top midfielders are all injured. If you see Cole Palmer's not really had minutes. Foden's had slightly more minutes obviously than Palmer, but he's not getting minutes now. Uh, Bellingham's not been in the greatest of form, except Morgan Rogers. I don't think Saka's been injured. He's not had minutes this season, so it's interesting. John Stones, your number one centre back, he's not had minutes, so Kusanov chasing. Spurs have started very well, to be honest. Spurs have started very well. I mean, the problem for Foden always is what's his best position. I always think Foden's best position is the position in behind the striker because Foden's not creative like a Kevin De Bruyne or like a Ryan Cherki to break the lines. And is also not a typical centre forward player like an Erling Haaland or Kylian Mbappe. But what he is a floater. He can play. He's a Thomas Muller kind of a player. He can play just in behind the striker, where he can attack the box, but where he does not have the responsibility to be as much creative, and where he can take shots from the edge of the box. So, but that position right now, I don't think it's available at City because you have someone like Marmoush or Semenyo who can maybe play it, but I don't know. It's a transition phase for the team, and let's see what happens. Dominic says Foden will turn 26 this summer, and City can't keep waiting for him. Especially now they have better players than him in the squad. Just sell him if he's inconsistent. Win-win situation for both parties. It's exactly not a win-win situation for both parties because City are absolutely very tight on the homegrown quota. So I think Phil Foden, number one thing is Phil Foden's needed for that homegrown quota thing, and the second thing is let's imagine a Ryan Sharkey gets injured or Semenyo gets injured. There's no one on the backup, and right now with the schedule and how things are going, you just can't have one player who can do that. Tell me if Sharky gets injured right now, who can, or Semenyo gets injured, who can play those positions at City? There's no one except Foden, so he will get his chances. Of course, the schedule is just so much. And Foden's, yes, he's turning 26, but he's won everything by 25, right? Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, treble. He's literally won everything. I just think with Foden, I just feel that Pep is trying to turn him into a box to box midfielder. Someone like a Frank Lampard who can time his runs, crash into the box, hit those long shots. Foden's anyway got a good long delivery, but that's a great ball there. Semenyo showing his strength. No City player of that trust. I mean, the reality here is Pep is trying to mold Foden into a box to box player. He's played him there in a couple of matches, so I think that is where his future lies, if you ask me. That is where his future lies. He gets time on the ball, he gets time to set the tempo when he plays in the deep lying midfielder role. And he has the range of passing, obviously, for the deep lying midfielder role. And Spurs is bringing Xavi Simons, Donnarumma. Spurs have started off well. Semenyo had that one shot on target in that set, which was a weak shot. And also sell Foden and buy who? Because Phil Foden's, I think the replacement of Foden will be a question mark again. And also selling Foden will send a wrong message to the academy. He's a star boy of the academy as well. I think now football's grown into a sport where because of the schedule, the Champions League, the two legs of the Carabao Cup and everything, and in the summer you're not even having off in the summer. Some summers are international tournaments and some summers are Club World Cup. So football's turned into a sport where you have to have 22 very good players, at least 18 very good players to compete on all fronts. So gone are the days when a substitute can be a level below. No, he has to be at the level of the players playing in the team. That is what world class squads nowadays are. Xavi Simons with the free kick, not a good start by City. Not a good start by City at all. Spurs have in fact started well. Semenyo's kicked it out. The ball just bouncing. The ball just bouncing. Erling Haaland. Ryan Sharkey scores! Wow! What a shot by Ryan Sharkey! Wow! What a take by Ryan Sharkey! That just looked absolutely impossible! That looked absolutely impossible to score! Wow! Come on, Ryan! Wow! I mean, how did he even score that? That was absolutely. The angle was always against him. The angle was always in favor of the goalkeeper. Let me see. I thought he will go and look for Erling Haaland. It just seemed almost impossible to score. Continues a simple looking tough finish. That is borderline unfair. That is borderline unfair. How can you even score from there? I mean when you look at it from the front on angle, especially which they're showing, I mean, it was always the goalkeepers. I mean, no one even expected. No one even expected. I mean, how that is an impossible finish. How can you score from there? The angle is always against you. Maybe a little bit of deflection from Dragusin. That I'll have to see. Taking nothing of the finish, but he's used Dragusin as a shield very, very well. I mean, Vicario could not commit to the far. It's impossible. How can you even commit to the far post? I mean, Vicario could not leave his near post there because then Sharky could have finished it off the near post. I mean, the only finish available was the far post one, and he did it. That's a beautiful finish from Ryan Sharky. Wow, what a goal! This is the thing, Gandhinya. This is the thing I was telling you about. Phil Foden, if he has to start, he has to keep Ryan Sharkey out. But when Ryan Sharkey scored against Galatasaray, I think against Wolves, maybe assist to something unknown. I mean, Ryan Sharkey is averaging a goal contribution, what, almost every 75, 80 minutes. I think maybe the stat might have changed. No, but somewhere there, that insane. So, how do you keep him out? Again, O'Reilly needs to play that pass. Is found Semenyo. Semenyo needs to cross. Right now, right now, he needs to cross it into the box. Right now, he should have just crossed into the box. He was looking to dribble. Right now, the first time cross made, first time cross. Why right now, he just seems like he's a Robertson region, to be honest. Good at everything, good at absolutely everything. Thomas Frank is cell shocked, but City need a second. City need a second. City need a second for sure. One game at a time, one game at a time. The pressing is very, very good. The cutting of the angles. Semenyo. I mean, the rest defense is very good. The rest defense is very, very good. I mean, the addition, I mean, Kushanov is just playing like an absolute veteran defender. That's a free kick in favor of City. But Kushanov, my God, Kushanov. Now, the other question to you guys is how can Ruben Diaz come back into this team? He started training already. So, how can Ruben Diaz come back into this team? Of course, you cannot remove Margay. So, the performances of Kushanov are so good that I would play Kushano instead of Ruben Diaz because Kushano has pace, which Ruben Diaz has not, which is just so important in the modern game. Centre backs having pace. Yes, you can take examples of John Terry and all those people. They didn't have pace, but Gary Cahill and all. But the modern games just changed a lot. Positioning's not enough, especially when you play these insane high lines. I don't think Gary Cahill and John Terry played these insane high lines where you literally are at the edge of the halfway kickoff circle. So Rodri play is continuing. Who is it that has just gone down? It's Ryan Sherky. Ah, it was just blocked off. He was looking for a 1-2 with Haaland. It was just blocked off. Hope the injury is not bad. Hope the injury is not that bad. But yeah, it was very interesting. I think you guys should go and listen to that Pep Linders interview. That was just so refreshing. And the journalists were also, I don't know, surprisingly very good. I mean, Pep Linder, the journalist was asking, what do you think Pep has changed his game style because you're keeping a lot less possession? So what Pep Linder said is, he said it's not a change in game style, but it's just the way football's going. He said that there are two types of games that are going on in football right now. You're having teams that are keeping possession, which means your opponent is playing back to the box. And then there's also a style of football going on where the keeper just lumps it forward, and then it means that you have to win the second ball. If you do not win the second ball, opponent has a chance to get it and go forward. If you win the second ball, it's a chance for you. That is the second type of game going, and he said that it's no longer enough to be very good in one style because the game's moved beyond that. You have to be good in both the styles, the physical one where it's winning those second balls and duels, and the one where you keep the possession and pin the opponent's back. You have to be good in both the phases, and he was talking that's what we're trying to instill into this team. And since it's Erling Haaland is almost through. Erling Haaland is through. And Erling Haaland messes up his finish. That was a through one-on-one for Erling Haaland. He should have finished that. Everyone knows he should have finished that. Erling. That was such a good chance for Erling Haaland. That was such a good chance for Erling Haaland. He should have finished that for a striker of his caliber. That is an easy chance for a striker of his caliber. He should have chipped the goalkeeper. That was a good chance for Erling Haaland. Haaland should have finished that. Still, I don't think we are playing that well. We are lots of passes that are actually not the simple passes that are not good enough. Pep will not be so happy. Yes, we have got the goal, but that is great. That is great. Rodri has space. Ryan Sherky, Matthews Nunes on his bike. Matthews Nunes, the space on the right hand side. Use him, use him, use him. Use Matthews Nunes. JSK is what a fucking miss. He should have scored that JSK. Honestly, that's an easy chance for a striker. It is just a bloody chip. That's all. That to a striker of his caliber. Now go and watch bloody Spurs score. Great challenge that by Kushano. Fantastic challenge by Kushano. Ryan Sherky, but again, what a fucking finish by Ryan Sherky as well, right? JSK. There's a ball onto the extreme left hand side, but I think Sherky chooses not to play that. Again, JSK, the thing is the midfield's looking a bit weak. We need an Elliot Anderson. That is the signing that is missing. Vicario, goal kick. Kushano tries to control it, but no damage done. That's fine. JSK says no. What happened, JSK? Is there anything that's happened that we have missed? I want Vitinha. I think Elite Anderson JSK is better suited to the Premier League in terms of we want. Yes, Vitinha is good, but of course Vitinha is not gonna leave PSG, right? So I think just think Elite Anderson is the most practical choice. That's a foul by Spurs. The thing with Elite Anderson JSK is he can take the corners, he can take the free kicks, and he's an excellent duel winner as well. That's a disgraceful tackle by Kolomoani and Rodri. But yeah, it was sort of interesting, like I said, listening to Pepline. So I just think why possession based is not working is it's that football's moved away from where it used to be. So now you're gonna have two, three styles to just. It is almost like what Slot showed last season with Liverpool, where they used to counter very well, and they also used to play that possession based game well. That's a free kick to Spurs. That's a free kick to Spurs, and that's a yellow card to Kushanov, I think, already. It's a free kick from a good angle as well. I don't think Kushanov needed to make that tackle anyways, but it's a free kick. Xavi Simmons, it's a free kick from a good range. I mean, this was not a good tackle from Kushanov. The free kick is from in an absolutely good position. I just pray and hope that we don't concede. The wall did its job. The ball did its job because that free kick was from such a good position. The ball did its job very, very well. Just was inviting for Xavi Simons. Bernardo Silva does very well. That's a very good ball from Donnarumma. Ryan Sharkey has gone on to it. Ha! What a mess that is. I thought Sharkey scored there again. Just look at the skill of Ryan Sharkey there. That is a save by Vicario. That is a save by Vicario. That had to be a corner, but it's good that we're better off not taking corners because then we allow opponents to concede. Spurs are on the counter attack now. Bad touch by Xavi, by Kolomuani. Nunez has the pace. And that's a foul on Nunez. Well done, Nunez. Nunez has been, he's in the top five right backs in the Premier League right now. But what a piece of skill by Ryan Sherky. Ah, that was a hand from Vicario. That was clearly a hand from Vicario there. I don't know how he's given a goal kick to the referee. But again, insane piece of skill from Ryan Sherky that is. Again, Sherky is down. I hope nothing happens. I hope he's alright. Ah, Reinders is coming on already. I think Sherky's evening might be over, which is very sad. This is absolutely very sad. I just hope Ryan Sherky is. I think they're not going to make the substitution. That was an interesting conversation between Sherky and Pep. Again, look how important it is to win the second ball. Spurs are the physical team which Pep Linders was obviously talking about. Have to win the second balls, win the second balls. That's what Thomas Frank has turned the Spurs team into. We need to score the second. I thought Sharky there scored the second. We have to score the second. Nunez to Donnarumma. Donnarumma. Nunez does very, very well there. Look at it. The ball's more in the air than it's on the ground. Ah! Haaland had to play a good ball and Semenyo was in. Haaland had to play a good ball and Semenyo was in. We need to get the second goal before the break, guys. We need to get the second goal before the break. I don't want this to be another Chelsea. Spurs are not trying to play football here. They're just trying to get very physical. That's all. They're not trying to play football here. Let's be clear. Right now, maintaining the width. Both of Semenyo, Haaland, no one's been involved in the game. Sorry, Semenyo Night now. Haaland's been involved in the game a lot. Bernardo Silva is the one who's picking the ball under pressure in the midfield, but we need to. I mean, apart from Semenyo's weak shot at the start and Sharky's shot, of course, Sharky's goal and then the other shot, there's no. We haven't tested Spurs defense enough. We're clearly getting into some great positions, but the final ball is just not there. The final ball is just not there. Two big away games. This and then we have the semi-final with Newcastle that is at home, of course, and then Anfield. That's just gonna shape this title race. Spurs. There's only one team playing football here. Spurs have got such idiot players as well. Javi Simmons, Kulumuan. They've got such dislikable players as well. I mean, City need to score the second because anything can happen in this game. Need to score the second. Let Spurs come on to us, pick them off on the break. Well done by Donnarumma. Rodri does very well there, and that's a free kick to City. Well, it just seems Rodri somehow seems sharper today than in the previous matches. Margay, look at how wide the centre backs are playing. He needs to get a yellow card. Come on, Conor Gallagher. Haaland needs to play in Ryan Sharkey. Haaland needed to play in Ryan Sharkey there. I don't know why he didn't play in Ryan Sharkey and he went for himself. Erling! He's first of all missed the goal and is doing this shit now. Haaland needed to play in Ryan Sharkey there. That was such a good chance for Ryan Sharkey to get in. Don't know what Erling Haaland was doing there. What the fuck was Erling Haaland even thinking there? Great chance. We are having great chance to rip Spurs apart on our right hand side, that is on their left hand side, but we are. Erling Haaland just needs to look at it. It's not like he's not realized that Sharky is there because he just played 1-2 with Sharky out there in that moment, so just don't know. We expect much better from Erling Haaland there. Offside. Moani was offside anyway. Nunez with a loose touch. Xavi Simons. Kolomoani, Xavi Simons. We need to score that second goal, guys. We need to score the second goal. Thomas Frank, I don't know what is instructing us. First of all, playing some shit football where they just want to block and be physical, and that's all. Thomas Tuchel's here. He has a couple of players, KE, O'Reilly, and Co. Look at Ryan Sherky is dropping a bit more deeper, which I don't like. Semenyo does very, very well there. Agnauri does very well there to keep hold of the ball. Sherky does well as well to keep hold of the ball. Rodri. Ah, good ball from Rodri. Those diagonals from Rodri are just outstanding. Those are all a little bit maybe ahead of Haaland. That's all. And Rodri starts, pinging those diagonals. That's when you realize he's back to his best. Slip there. Slip there, and Spurs are on the counter. O'Reilly's come onto our right hand side. Very well done. I think we have. Our organization is superb. Spurs now have nowhere to go. Gay does very well there on that Gay. Beautiful from our Gay. Ryan Sherky. Nico O'Reilly. One more goal and then we can just toy with Spurs. Semenyo, he has a lot of space to run into. Anton Semenyo. Ah, Spurs are on the counter attack. Don't let him cut inside. That's it. That's very well done. And now Erling Haaland is there in the middle, but the ball is to Semenyo. The ball is to Semenyo. It's a good ball. Semenyo can get there. That's a great ball. Semenyo has so much space to run into. He's done this for Bournemouth a lot, and that's a free kick for City. That's a free kick for City. He surely fouled Semenyo there. Look at Rodri there. He is just at his best. You just can't get back. So that's not a foul on Semenyo. I'll have to look at the replay, but now again the question is in those situations, especially when you're playing a 4-4-2, is Semenyo a better player or is Marmoush a better player? That's a big question. I know fans want to say Semenyo, but personally think Marmoush is the better player there. Again, organized, stay back, organized, stay back, organized. That's all, stay back there. That's great block. That's a fantastic block. That's a foul. And Javi Simmons needs to get a yellow card. It's a yellow card for Xavi Simons. It's a yellow card for Xavi Simons. It's a yellow card for Xavi Simons. So Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Mark Gay. That's a great ball from Gay to break the lines. Nico Riley Semenyo has to use Aitnauri. He's used Aitnauri there. The ball from Gay was very, very good to break the lines initially. Rodri Semenyo, Bernardo Silva, Bernardo Silva there. Cusano, Rodri, Gay. We're just waiting patiently for Spurs to disorganize and then look to pick them off. I can understand that, but at least there's a bit of movement, so I'm not displeased or something. There is movement. Sometimes you just pass the ball and there's no movement ahead of you. That's when it's a problem. But right now there's plenty of movement, and the movement is what is disorganized Spurs. I mean the opponent. It's Spurs in this case. But Mark Gay to Kushano, Rodri just looks so sharp. Semenyo, right Nauri. That's a foul on right Nauri. That's it. Is throw in. Ah, the best of Aitnauri is when he just gets into the box. We've not seen that yet in this match, even once him getting into the box. Spurs are just being so physical. Spurs are playing like a team that is worthy of being relegated to the championship. That's what I can say. Great ball from Donnarumma. Fantastic ball from Rodri to find Semenyo. Ah, that's just behind Ryan Cherky there. That final pass is what our attacks have been very, very good, but the final pass is what was lacking. By just as fouling around the box is a glaring issue in Kusha's gameplay. Coaches need to work it out. I just think Baiji, you learn it with experience. I think the lad is just 21, and I think with experience he will know when to take a foul, when not to take a foul. I think apart from those small issues, I think is very good in his all round game plays. I mean his physicality in the duels, his pace, his positioning. It's been very good. It's very good. And also the strange thing with Kushanov is he doesn't foul at an emergency moment. Emergency moment almost never comes for Kushanov because of his pace. It's just that he fouls unnecessarily, like you pointed out. It's more of a concentration problem than a structural problem because there was no need to foul there. There was no way Xavi Simons was doing anything over there. Baiji says, shit game by Semenyo so far. One goal never good enough in away games. What are we doing? This is where, Bayaji, you missed Doku, right? The way Doku could have just ran through the Spurs defense. The way he could have come centrally and he could have played those passes, his dribbling and everything. These are the moments, especially when you miss Doku. How good he was in that Galatasaray game, for example. He just Ryan Sherky, Nunez Aitnauri. Ah, that's a goal kick. Doku, I think it just shows how much you're missing Doku there. For his creativity, for his dribbling. Shame that he's out with a calf injury. But again, Bayaji, what do you think? Marmoush or Semenyo? Especially when you play a 4-4. If it's a 4-3-3, play Semenyo on the wing. I do not have any issues. But it's clearly a 4-4-2 we are playing with 4-4-2 wide sort of thing. I think Marmoush is a much better striker. I mean, player in that system than a Semenyo. Semenyo has to score. Semenyo scores. It's 2-0. Woo! Semenyo scores. It's 2-0. Semenyo! Woo! Woo! Gautam, what a nice time to be here. Wow! Wow! You time your arrivals just like Semenyo's timed his goal, Gautam. But wow! Wow! We all have some superpowers. Bayaji was talking about Semenyo and Gautam just arrived and I was discussing about Semenyo and Semenyo scores. Surely Semenyo has an earpiece hearing our channel, guys. Wow! Semenyo and Ryan Sherky with an assist. Wow! Just look at that assist by Ryan Sherky. Why is a Semenyo or Omar? Because he's a natural winger. Not now, Bayaji. Not now to talk about it because you know I'll say Semenyo, but we'll talk about it at the end of the game. It's just a formation thing. What a goal that is! And the celebration is top. And the celebration is absolutely top. Wow. The celebration is absolutely top. Wow. Now is the time to crush Spurs. You know, guys, did you see how many points Spurs are? How many points Spurs are in the table? They are 2 points of relegation. That's a great ball again. I think the keeper will get to it. Gautam just Semenyo just changed my life from that Brazilian fraud. Semenyo would not have finished that. Semenyo would have hit the keeper. Why this is let's put Thomas Frank out of his misery today. And who else out of his misery, Bayaji? Thomas Frank out of his misery today. Eddie Howe, Eddie Howe also talk as he's on the verge of them get knocked out of the Carabao Cup. And Arne Slot at the weekend. Wow, we have we have the chance to literally sack 2 managers at 2 of our bogey grounds. But first, I just cannot believe there are 2 points of relegation. Kaundi says, Bayaji, maybe Semenyo took you personally. He took all of us personally, Kaundi. He took all of us personally. Bayaji was telling Semenyo had a set game. I answered him telling that should Semenyo start or Marmoush start, and I was telling Marmoush should start because of this, that, and then Semenyo scores. And then Gautam came. I know why Gautam came for him, and he wanted to tell how shit of a game Semenyo was having. And clearly Semenyo took all of us personally. And he just went and scored there. Wonderful from Gay. Great from Gay. That's it. He lost a duel, went in and recovered. Fantastic from Gay. Fantastic from Gay. That is outstanding there from Mark Gay there. Look at his determination. Wow, guys. The match is just lit up, especially in the last 5 minutes. No, do not let him strike. Do not let him strike. That's a free kick to Spurs, but it's central. It's central. That's fine. I'm happy. It's central. It's another yellow card. It's a yellow card for Rodri, I think, right? Yes, it's a yellow card from Rodri, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Bayaji says, hope every City player does it from now on. Gautam says, oh, I was late today, but happy to arrive with the goal. That's what a great arrival. Gautam, how Gautam, how you have arrived with the Semenyo goal. You're logging in. It's almost like in the Durandar movie. Akshay Khanna arrives with the sort of music with the Raksak song. That's how you have arrived. Literally scores a goal on your arrival like that. That song would have just matched the arrival perfectly. I mean, this is in the middle. It's a dangerous position. So, it was a dangerous position. For a moment, I had my heart in my mouth. JSK says this is Sam Kerr celebration of women football. You might know her. I've heard of her. I've heard of her. Sam Kerr is she's at City, right? If I'm not wrong, she played for City. Again, I might be wrong, but that's where I seem to listen to her name. Of the women footballers, I just there was this girl from Barcelona who took the Bonmatia. She took the award from Haaland, and Khadija Shaw, the striker of City. That's all. No Chelsea. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, but fantastic arrival. By this, a City women trust Chelsea today 5-1. Women's Super League is City's this season. Let the men's team also go for it, Bayaji. With Arsenal, it's such a disgrace that Arsenal's top scorer yesterday was own goals. After yesterday was own goals. That own goal is now given to Madueke. That's a different thing. But Arsenal's first or second to highest goal scorer is own goals. How disgraceful it is for I don't think ever in the history of the Premier League a team has won with their second highest goal scorer being the own goals. And Arsenal ranked 17th in the Premier League from chances created from open play. But again, what a goal from Semenyo. What a goal from Semenyo. But Haaland, I was little Rodri not up to pace by Aji. And I mean, Rodri up to pace in terms of, his reading of the game, his attacking diagonals and all. Yeah, like jumper attack, that is where he's a little bit still not there. That's the thing, but he'll get there, I think. But Rodri's pace looks much, much better because in that Bodo Gilman game, he just could not even execute those diagonals. His reading of the game, his positioning was not good. Today, it's much, much better. Little bit off pace, I think. In 1 or 2 games, I think we'll get our Rodri, our Ballon d'Or Rodri back. He's almost there. JSK says, to be honest, I follow women football only for Alisha Lehman. She's Douglas Lewis' girlfriend, right? If I'm not wrong. She's Douglas Lewis' girlfriend, right? Sorry, is it Douglas? Yes, I think it's Douglas Lewis' girlfriend, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. But the thing with Semenyo and thing was, see, Aitnauri is playing on the left wing. Almost. So what I thought was it's because Rodri Bernard are holding up the middle. Right now he was on the left wing. Maybe you could put Semenyo on the left wing, and maybe you could put Marmoush as the second striker from with Haaland almost. I think because Marmoush's movement is very good, and up to that goal, let's be honest, Semenyo had a shit game. And there were chances down that side, to be honest, to exploit. But the movement of Semenyo was just not good enough. See, Semenyo being a natural winger, his movement is almost towards, getting onto the ball. But Marmoush being a natural striker, his movement is always towards, making those forward runs, making those, diagonal runs, getting into the box. But Semenyo wants to get to the wing, get the ball, come forward. I think that's the sort of difference which I noticed. Maybe I thought some Marmos would have been, especially in this system 4-4-2, because you're anyway playing right now. I don't know, maybe Pep want a little bit more defensive cover down that side that Pep can only tell. But in general, I think Semenyo and Marmos would have worked maybe a little bit more better. Bayaji says Donna constantly finding Haaland good and Haaland doing shit. Bayaji, Haaland doing uh, Haaland doing nothing. There was one ball where Donna found Haaland and Haaland almost was unable to hold up the ball and Spurs went on a counter attack. Haaland is having a very very bad game today. I know it's just imagine Sherky doesn't score that worldie, and let's be honest, that was an absolute worldie from Sherky. 10 times we tries, probably I think 9 out of 10 players, 9.9 out of 10 players cannot score that. That's a worldie from Sherky. Sharky's been, and Sharky should have scored the other one as well, to be honest. Vicario would say so. Haaland's had a very bad game today. Semenyo, apart from the goal, if I take the goal away, Semenyo's not had much. Aidnaur has not been good today, to be honest. I think our front three generally have not, except Ryan Sharkey, I think the other three attacking players, Aidnaur, Semenyo, and Haaland have been shit today. JSK says X right now. She's dating another guy from Love Island. Wow, wow, JSK. Now I believe you follow women's football. Yeah, JSK, you're actually you're actually not following women's football. You're following Alisha Lehman ball. You're following Alisha Lehman. You're not following women's football. I know you're following Alisha Lehman. I know. JSK, your secrets revealed today. Gautam says, want to see Marmoush in the second half. Haaland has lost his feet. Haaland's just sad because that finish, Haaland finishes it 9 out of 10 times. Easy finish for Erling Haaland. Probably not a good finish. I mean, not an easy finish for other strikers, but for all, I mean, I think the top five Premier League strikers, you expect them to finish that. Mateta finishes that. Larson finishes, for example, I'm just recalling the top strikers, not just on form. Mateta finishes that. Larson finishes that. Solanke finishes that. Evan Nelson finishes that. Bowen finishes that. So, yes. And Erling Haaland is the best of all of them. Joao Pedro finishes that. So, Haaland had to finish that. Look at Christian Romero there, Erling Haaland, Ryan Sherky. But still, Ryan Sherky had a lot to do, to be honest. Ryan Sherky had a lot to do there. Ryan Sherky literally had a lot to do there. Did it come off Dragusin a bit? Because that just seems, I think it just ever so slightly might have come because that maybe there's nothing there, but that was just such a great finish. The angle was impossible. It's almost like, I think it was 10, 12 years ago. Karen Pollard on the boundary line in the IPL, he jumps up and he grabs a stunner like this. And Harsha Bhogle on commentary says, it's illegal. You're not allowed to take those. You're not allowed to take those. That is illegal. With Ryan Sharkey, just feels the same way about that finish. It's borderline illegal how Ryan Sharkey had finished that. Now they're showing the Semenyo goal. Rodri did pass into Sharkey and Semenyo does it. Yeah, I think Rodri did pass into Sharkey and the position from Rodri has been fantastic all day. Just look at his anticipation of Rodri. Pass into Sharky and wonderful there from Sharky. The presence of mind from Sharky there. Was it Sharky or was it? It's Bernardo. I'm sorry, it's Bernardo. The presence of mind there from Bernardo was just outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. But then the positioning of Rodri was superb. They had to intercept that pass. That is probably a little bit where Nico Gonzalez doesn't, cut it as much. JSK says the front three lack the chemistry. Semenyo and Marmos works better than Semenyo and Haaland because they're natural strikers and also Semenyo's played in that role behind Ekitike at Frankfurt and Semenyo is a master at making those late runs. That's the thing. I think because Semenyo, let's be honest, has not had a good game and in that position that anybody would have maybe scored except Semenyo. Anybody would have scored. I mean, that was one of the most easiest goals that Semenyo will ever get. But yeah, it's just the chemistry is not there. You're right. The chemistry in the front three is not there. You're right. Jesus should have kept Alvarez at any cost. He was a pressing machine and clinical in front of goal. The problem with Alvarez, Bayaji, is I don't think Alvarez is a striker who can play out wide. I know he's playing in a 4-4-2 with sort with Alexander Sorloth, but I just don't think he can play that 4-4-2 narrow row, a wide role or something like Marmos does. And also, I think 20 million got it for 100 million regular football at Atletico Madrid. I think there was no way you're keeping Alvarez. It's almost the same thing like you just cannot keep James Trafford. I know it's not the same thing, but the parallels are there, with Erling Haaland and Donnarumma. However talented Trafford might be or Alvarez was, Haaland is the best striker in the world, right? Donnarumma is the best keeper in the world right now. And if you're Alvarez, you're not playing regularly. Whereas at Atletico Madrid, you're playing regularly. So I think there's no way he's. And also, I just think Alvarez was getting Champions League football there, having a chance to win La Liga title. The Atletico Madrid, they're competing at least. So there was nothing he was going to miss, to be honest. Everything City was offering. Look at Thomas Frank just smashing that bottle. But everything City was offering Atletico, it was there. So why this says yes, I prefer Omar over Haaland. Erling gives a lazy body language. But again, I think by when Omar Marmoush plays alone as a striker, he's shit. When Omar Marmoush plays when Omar Marmoush plays alone as a striker, he's shit again. Omar Marmoush is only suited in a 4-4-2 system because I think you've seen when he's played. Because one thing is, when you play Omar Marmoush there, again, I come back to what Pep Lindner said in that recent press conference. He said that there are two ways: one from the keeper to the striker, and you have to win the second ball, otherwise, keep possession, and you have to play both the games. You just can't rely on one game. You have to mix it up. Now with Omar Marmoush, you're removing that option because Omar Marmoush is not as physically this thing as Erling Haaland. So you're literally eliminating that keeper to the striker route, which just means that teams will give you a license to press. So teams will press upon you because they know that Omar Marmoush or Semenyo, they ain't gonna hold the ball up like Haaland does. So I do not think you can directly place Omar Marmoush in place of Haaland. It's gonna be a second striker. Barmos is going to play second striker because football's moved in such a way that you now need that physical man up top. And you see how clubs are going in that direction as well. They are going towards signing that big physical uh, personal up top, be it Guy Corres, who's excellent in aerial duels for Arsenal, or be it Dominic Solanke for Spurs, Mateta was there for Crystal Palace, Sasko for United. So I think teams are Delap for Chelsea. Teams are going that teams are going in that direction. To be honest. Gautam says Claudio will be the Alvarez we miss. He already would have been Gautam. It's just that he's gone to Leverkusen instead of going to Girona. But now he's in Girona. Hopefully he does well there. Gautam says Alvarez chose the wrong team. He should have gone to Barca or Real. Should have gone to Barcelona, Gautam, to be honest. That was the best thing. But the only thing is I think City would never sell to Barcelona for how much Barcelona would offer. Barcelona would offer City 30-40 million at most. You're not going to get 100 million. And I think City do not really have an incentive to just sell someone like an Alvarez for 40 million. Where even a team like Chelsea might have given them 70-80 million easily. So, and Real Madrid, with Mbappe and all, I don't think they would have gone for Alvarez. So, honestly, I think Alvarez, uh, I don't know, I think there was he literally was he knew he would not be a regular at City, and also Alvarez had no choice literally. If he would have remained at City, you just never knew if that offer would ever come again. Baiju says we never see Doku or Savio in such positions as Semenyo. It comes naturally. Bayaji, I think, but you also never see Doku played in that sort of a position, right? We are literally playing a 4-4-2 today. So I think with Doku it's almost a 4-3-3, right? We never play 4-4-2 with the Doku almost. Maybe I might have missed one or two matches, but in general, so that is the reason why you do not see Doku offer Doku or Savio, occupy those positions. It's all got to do with the formation. I think he played the same against Galatasaray, is playing it now 4-4-2. I think that is why Semenyo is, in fact, forced to play in that. I mean, the system is set up for Semenyo to end up there. That's what I can say. If you play Doku and Savio in the role Semenyo is playing, they'll be forced to end up there. That's the thing. Gautam says a go and but yeah, instincts are there, Bhayaji. Instincts are there. I'm with you. Yes, there are instincts. Yeah, that those sort of instincts. Yes, Doku and Savio don't have. Doku and Savio are pure wingers. Semenyo is almost like he's a Raheem Sterling sort of a player where he's a winger, but his instincts at occupying the box. There's still so much improvement, Bhayaji. I want Semenyo to occupy the far post like Sterling does. Since Sterling left, I've not seen any player occupy those far post positions like Raheem Sterling does. And honestly, Semenyo reminds me of Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane at Liverpool would always, even at Southampton, but more at Liverpool would almost do it. It would almost always do that. Sadio Mane. Sadio. It just seems Antonio Semenyo is a region of Sadio Mane. Gautam says a goal scoring winger is such a delight to watch than those fancy nonsense meaningless dribblers with no final end product. That is true. That is true. Yeah, goal scoring wingers. But with I mean wing play in itself is just so good to watch, especially when when you have your wingers, so very good movement in order to occupy the far post and near post, like Raheem Sterling does. Raheem Sterling for me, Leroy Sané and Raheem Sterling for me are one of the, at least when I talk about City, they are the perfect epitome of how wingers should be. There was Riyad Mahrez, but for me, that era of when Sir Sterling and Sané played together, not fanciful dribbling. How many times did you see Raheem Sterling do fancy things? Like Gautam said, he just would occupy the far post, near post, the ball would come. That is what you do as wingers. Doku frustrated us sometimes last season with meaningless dribbling, but he's just been so good this season. Nico Riley, that's a corner for City, I think. Gautam just still miss those Sane and peak Sterling. My God, Gautam, what days they were. And honestly, I cannot believe, Gautam, that it's already, 10 years, not almost, it's 8 years almost since those days have gone. Kevin De Bruyne, Sane, David Silva, Fernandinho, Sane, Sterling, Aguero. Those were absolutely peak days. Those were absolutely, those were, I mean, wow, wonderful days. That front six, which the Centurions have had, I don't think ever after we played such, you know, football with such freedom ever since, because I don't think you get midfielders like Fernandino who can actually hold an entire midfield on their own so well, so easily. Kusanov needs to be careful here, but Spurs have come out. They will come out fighting. We just need to be absolutely very careful here, not to concede a goal in the first sort of 10-15 minutes. I think it'll be interesting because if City score the next goal, I just think all of the fans will go off. It's a foul by Dominic Solanke. And he's got a yellow card as well. I think Thomas Frank is on the verge of a sack. There is no doubt about it. He's just waiting to be sacked. Semenyo does very well there. Semenyo does very well. Right at Nauri. Erling Haaland again not on the same page. Erling's having a very thrash game, I would say. He's having an absolutely thrash game. Exactly, Gotham. Erling Haaland should be on a hat trick today. That finish and with this ball as well, if he got on the end of it, would have had a decent chance to go in on goal. Haaland's playing pretty shit today, but Sharki's turned up very well. That's the thing, to be honest. Just don't concede in the first 20 minutes. That's what I would say. Just don't concede in the first 20 minutes. That's what I would say. All of our defensive powers, let us bring it together. Just don't concede the first 20 minutes. And we need to pick our Spurs on the counter. We need to try and pick Spurs off on the counter. Bernardo Silva is struggling. Bernardo Silva is struggling. Donnarumma does well. Donnarumma does well over there. Ah, Donnarumma does well. We need to be careful defensively, guys. We need to be absolutely very careful defensively. Donnarumma does very, very well there. Was it Udogi with the strike? But it's a corner. Donnarumma again does well. Defensively, need to be a bit more better. It's a long throw, I think, from Dragusin. I mean, these are nervy times. First 20 minutes, no goals, guys. First 20 minutes, no goals. First 20 minutes of the second half, no goals. Somehow we clear it. We're looking scrappy here. We're looking scrappy here. Is offside. Dominic Solanke is offside. Is it? Was he offside or no? I think he's offside. Ah, no. Is it a foul on Mark Gay? I just don't know, but this is what we feared, to be honest. Is we are having a check on this possible offside, and it's a goal for Dominic Solanke. My goodness, we've conceded. It's the worst start you could have to this half. Bloody worst start. How have we conceded here? It's a throw in for City. We need to score another goal now. Ah, yes, says fuck. I don't know. It's a Solanke goal or a Gay own goal. I just don't know. Ah, one of the worst starts you could have. And Erling Haaland's playing absolutely crap here. He's playing absolutely shit. Gautam says should have been a foul. First of all, how did we even allow them to get into that position? Just don't understand. Yes, exactly. Kick from behind Gay. I know. I don't know why they've not given the foul anyway. It's another long throw in, I think. We should score the next goal. We should score the next goal. I just thought for 20 minutes they'll not score and then we can happily watch the match. But another long throw in. There's a counter attack on here. There's a counter attack on here. That's a great ball. Bernardo Silva. Semenyo's running forward. Semenyo's running forward. Erling Haaland. Ryan Sharkey. Ah. Gautam says if City doesn't win this, honestly, it will come down to chances, especially. Exactly, I mean, Haaland's just. Haaland's been absolutely crap in this game. It's again, if your striker misses those chances, you just cannot do anything. We need to score the next goal. He's kicked Gay, right? He's kicked Gay. That should have been a foul. He's kicked Gay. That should have been a foul. I don't know why VAR didn't do anything there. He's absolutely kicked Mark Gay. You're right, Gautam. On the replay now they're showing he's absolutely kicked Mark Gay. That's a clear foul on Mark Gay there. It's again tense. We need to score that goal. Scoring two goals and still if you can't beat Spurs, I just don't know what to do. No excuses of and you have Gay as well, Semenya as well, your signings. Right now, one chance. Can we create even one chance? Forget about the goal. Can we create one chance? That's a foul, and I think Gallagher should be poked. Can we create one chance? Spurs are on a counter attack now. It's a throw in for City. How are you bloody allowing Spurs to do this to you? Matheus Nunes. That's a corner for City. I think Spurs are weak of set pieces. We can score from this corner. Come on, guys. I just think we can score from this corner. Margay maybe just ran ahead a bit. I know. Yeah, he was falling over and hitting that header, but just don't know how it's come back to 2-1. Should have been 2-0. That's good there from Cusano, Bernardo Silva, Margay, Ryan Aitnauri. Aitnauri is making that darting run. Should have released the ball. Now it's almost 6v3. It's a corner. There's nothing in that to be a penalty. Come on. There's absolutely nothing in that to be a penalty. Agnaur is down. It's a corner we cannot concede from. Oh, we just cannot concede from this corner. That's very well defended. But still, the danger's not over. Well done again, but again the danger's not over. Bernardo Silva does very well. Sorry, it's Ryan Sherky does very well there. Ha! I think Wilson Oldport is coming on, but need to score one more goal. That was stupid from Nunez. Rodri losing it, I think. Gay doing very well there. Wonderful defending from Mark Gay. He was not at fault for that goal which Solanke scored. I mean, uh, that should have been a foul on Margay, but just look at the physical strength of Margay over there. Wonderful. City are just not able to keep the ball. Donnarumma as well, but that was straightforward for him. But yeah. Erling Haaland, Anton Semenyo. This is a chance. I know he sent Semenyo a bit too wide, but does not matter. That's a goal kick. I think you literally want to have Jeremy Doku in those situations and not Anton Semenyo, but a lot of substitutions happening. This game should not have been this tense. Spurs are shit. Spurs are absolutely shit. And look at the goal they scored as well. That's an absolute shit goal. Pepe's not happy as well. Semenyo. Reinders is coming on. I think it's for Ryan Cherky probably. Reinders is coming on for Ryan Cherky. I just think he wants to add a bit more steel on that midfield area. Nico Gonzalez is coming on as well for Rodri, which is an obvious change. Baj says Tijani boxing ring से आ रहा है क्या? Gadam says the double pivot I wanted to see. Rodri, Nikoji. It's tense, it's tense. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but that one goal we just should not have given the chance. Sniff to Spurs. Again, Spurs are now crashing the box. And Spurs score again. Dominic Solanke scores again. It's 2-2. Exactly, it's 2-2 from 2-0 to 2-2. Fuck. What have we done? What have we done? What have we bloody done? What have we done, guys? From 2-0, a match that was going on so smoothly, to 2-2. Losing every duel in this half. Whose goal is it? Is it Solanke's goal or is it Rodri's own goal? I don't know. And what just happened in the first? What just happened in the first 20 minutes, guys? What just happened in the first 20 minutes of this half? What just happened in the 20 minutes of this half, guys? What have we even done? Just look at Pep Guardiola there. Haaland's offside. By Jesus, I really doubt if we can win anything this season. Can't win even against struggling teams. Be it set up of players, but this team doesn't look like they have it in them. I just don't know how the hell are we. Ah, are we losing to this shit? Just don't know. And it's not like they have been playing some very good football Spurs. This is just absolute shit that they're doing. Nothing. Just a simple cross into the box. Just a scrappy goal. That's it. We have to find the next goal somehow. Should have been 3-2 to Spurs. What the hell are we doing? I mean, I'm just speechless. I don't have any words as well because from 2-0 to. How is it even possible? Villa lost, City is losing. Perfect for Arsenal. Gautam says it feels they want to win and they're in the title race. They always feel do this against. It's us to blame at the end of the day. Nothing special about Spurs. First goal was scrappy. The second goal was just a simple cross into the box. That's it. And how we easily were conceding possession. Like now, I feel Spurs will score the third goal, and it's not City. Good save from Donnarumma. Could have been 3-2. Cardinals is all about momentum. The first goal gave them confidence, lots of confidence. They believe now, even if it's about momentum and all that. At least At least you need to create chances. Zero chances created. Zero times we have tested Vicario in this half. How is that even possible? I will tell you how is it possible. Because Pepper's suddenly gone since we have a lead. Pepper's suddenly gone to keep the ball style of play. Why do you want to do that? Whenever we are going to this keep the ball possession style of play, we are getting absolutely destroyed. Cardenas says just turn up the volume of the commentary and you can hear the stadium buzzing. But the first goal was a clear. The first goal was a foul. The first goal was a foul on Gay. Like Gautam pointed out, I saw it on the replay. That was a clear foul. But you know what VAR want to check? VAR wants to check if the shoe size of the attacker and the defender is less than 1 mm. Like they're doing some bloody PhD geometry exam. That they will check. They will not check these clear fouls and all. We're not able to get hold of the ball right now. We're absolutely not able to get hold of the ball right now. There's a clear indication something's wrong if we're not able to get hold of the ball. Ah, we're just, I mean, zero chances created in this half is pathetic. Nico Gonzalez, Erling Haaland, look at the space. That's the fantastic ball from Erling Haaland. I know he sent it wide, but Semenyo, can you do something? Was a chance, was a chance, was a chance, was a chance. Bajaj says it's all haywire now, can't even reach their box. We must be the worst team from set pieces in the top five leagues. And we get so many set pieces. We are worse than the worst by on set pieces because we give the opponent a chance to score from our set pieces. I don't think any other team in the top. I mean, I don't know how many European countries are there, but all of the countries combined does it. Absolute crap. And that was a good chance. Should have scored that header. It is not even a problem with the defense is being good. It's not even the midfield's been bad. That's what I would say. Haaland's bad. The midfield's been bad. They're not maybe except Bernard or Rodri and Nico Gonzalez. They've not been able to in this half and not been able. And Bernardo's not been good in this half. So the midfield's definitely bad in this half and in this game in general. Bernardo Silva, Nico Riley, decent cross, but great ball from Bernardo to right now to Matthews Nunez. Can Nunez do something? 10, 11 minutes, 10 and a half, 11 minutes that will decide the title race. That's it, guys. This Arsenal will not give us another chance. These 11 minutes will decide what it's going bloody gonna be. It's 11 minutes now or never, guys. This is now or never. Throw on Marmoush. I just don't know why he's not bought on Marmoush still. When the games, when literally a point is of no good. Gay does well. Gay does very well there. Gay does very well. Put bloody Semenyo on right now his position and bring Marmoush in. I mean, bring in players who crash the box. Semenyo. That's a handball and it's a free kick for City. It's now or never, guys. 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and the title race, 10 minutes, guys. Plus added time, but whatever we do, come on, let us believe till the end. Come on, guys. This is a team that is, 2012 and all of those things. The Aston Villa game in recent years. This is a team that can do it. Come on, guys. I should not be saying this against Spurs, but Spurs is such a shit team. Bloody Burnley drew 2-2 against them, and we are doing the same thing. Gotham says they have mistaken this team with Madrid at the Bernabeu. Ah! That's an almighty scramble. Should have scored. Haaland's asking for a handball. I don't see any handball over there. I don't see any handball over there. Should have scored from that as well. I know it's a gamble, but it's a corner. That's it. Nothing more. Can we do something from the corner? Nothing. Nothing from the corner at all. 7 more minutes plus added time. Bernardo Silva. I just have a feeling we can do it, guys. We can do it. I just have a feeling we can do it. One chance. Can we create one good chance? That's the thing. Ah! Tijani Reinders. The margins. This is excellent play from City. I know it was difficult, but Reinders just gamble there. Good from Nico. Haaland. Good gamble from Reinders. Come on, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, repeat and rinse the same thing again. Just probe. 6 minutes remaining. I know the time is ticking down, but 6 minutes remaining. Come on, guys. Come on. Let us get into the box. Come on. Come on, Nico Gonzalez. Why is he not bringing on Marmoush? I just not understand. Ah! Who's that idiot who's giving the ball away? I think it's Nico, but come on. 4 more minutes to go. This is it for this season. As far as Premier League is concerned, can Rodri hit those? One of those late goals. Can Rodri do that? City have kept the ball well. Nico Riley to Semenyo. He has to play that. No, he doesn't find Semenyo. Rodri, Bernardo Silva. That's a corner for City. Conor Gallagher with the defending. Spurs are playing for a draw clearly here. Of course, why will they not? Their relegation battle a point against Cities. Phil Foden comes on now. Bernardo Silva goes up. I know why he isn't bought Phil Foden. Earlier on, the midfield control was anyway not there, but now he has to throw everything that he has. Why isn't Marmoush come on? That's my only. Why Jesus? We need a goal, but no, Omar. He should exactly why that's the thing, and he's been in decent goal scoring form as well. Omar Marmoush. Come on, that's a foul on Erling Haaland. I know they'll not give that, but that is a foul on Erling Haaland. Just look at it. Is the VR? No, the VR will not do anything for that, of course. Ah, can we score one? It's just one more minute plus added time. Gotham, there's Haaland missed chances. Newcastle, Chelsea. Today, exactly. I mean, especially your best striker. You can Bodo Glimt. Gotham Bodo Glimt. Didn't he miss the Bodo Glimt game as well? The chances in that game as well. Otherwise, you would have maybe got a much better Champions League. This thing pathway. Not finished eighth. Why this has benched that idiot forever? I don't care if he's the best striker. Today's hold-up play was utter shit. He didn't play well. Why, to be honest, both of our players today were shit, right? Semenyo was shit and Haaland was shit. Both of them were shit. The defense was outstanding. Bernardo, Rodri were okay, but the forwards were absolute shit today. 9 minutes of added time. Wow. 9 minutes of added time. If we cannot find a winner, we don't deserve to win the Premier League title this season. We are draw FC this year. And it was such an easy title as well by this year because Arsenal don't have the nerve to hold it, and we just can't capitalize. This is the weakest I've seen City in a decade since Pep's second season. In the final third since January, this is the weakest I've seen City. 9 minutes and 1 minute is already up. How can we not create a single chance from open play in the second half? Beyond me. Clearly beyond me. And we're not able to take the ball off them as well. It's again a foul in Spurs' favour. This only game where we played to the best of our abilities was Liverpool. Then that Liverpool game, it just seemed that we are back. We absolutely destroyed them. Can't we get one chance in this 9 minutes? That's what I'm thinking. One chance in this 9 minutes, guys. One chance. One chance, create one bloody chance, that's all. And then that's our destiny. We take that chance or not, that's our destiny. But at least create the chance, that's all. Create the chance, that's all. Tejani Reinders, that's a throw in for City. Create the chance, that's all. Can we do it? Can Haaland redeem himself? Let it throw the ball fast. Omar Marmoush is coming now in the third minute of extra time. Why is it so? Please answer us, Pep. Why is it so? Why is Omar Marmoush coming on right now? He's made a selection blunder. Semenyo might have scored that goal, but we were talking. It's Omar Marmoush, and Semenyo should be on the left hand side, and right now he should not have started. Maybe nothing on right now, but Semenyo up top doesn't. Semenyo giving the ball away there. Absolute shit show this is. Kusanov using his space and doing very, very well. Almost we are into the fourth minute of added time. Can we create one chance? We are not even able to get the ball. Donnarumma, come on. Can we do it? And that's not a foul. Why don't you just... That's a throw into Spurs. Come on. Ah, Spurs are the ones who are having the ball clearly. We're just not even able to get to the box. Semenyo. It's a throw in for City. Semenyo's been crap in this match. I mean, 3 more minutes to go. One chance. If we take it or not, I'm telling you again, is our destiny. But one chance. Can we create one chance? Phil Foden, Margay. I know we're building towards that one chance. What the fuck? And on Semenyo, 2 more minutes remaining, and that's all. Why was Semenyo's not a foul? I don't understand, but Now Vicario is taking all his time. One almighty lump down the field, Donna. That's it. 30 seconds and that's all. One last lump. That's it. 30 seconds and that's all. It will be a miracle if we win it in this, but bloody put it in the box. There's no time. And that's it. It's a draw. What the bloody hell? That's the title race gone. You're 2-0 up. If you're 2-0 down and it ends in 2-2, happy, good point. But 2-0 up against a relegation fighting team, and this happens. Wow, what absolute shit show. And you know why this happened? Because of both of our attackers. Semenyo was absolutely shit, giving the ball away and starting counter attacks. Erling Haaland was even more shittier than that, unable to hold the ball up, giving the ball away. Both Semenyo and Haaland were absolutely crap today. Semenyo might have scored the goal, but both of them are crap today. Aitnauri, I'll not blame Aitnauri because he didn't get the ball much and all, but both Semenyo and Haaland were, and they have not conceded the goals, but they have started the attacks. From which Spurs had chances, Spurs' confidence grew. They are the reason. Haaland not taking chances. Semenyo not holding the ball up well. Semenyo, needlessly trying to dribble and giving the ball away. Harsh truths. You could argue gay, foul and all of those things. You could argue, you could bloody argue all of those things. But that's not the reason why you should be dropping points here, especially when you're 2-0 up. If you cannot protect two goal leads, I'm sorry, you don't deserve to win the title. If you cannot protect two goal leads, I'm sorry, you do not deserve to win the title. Baiji says a shit United won at Pool and high flying Arsenal, while we can't beat struggling Chelsea, United, and Spurs. Scrap mentality. Pep can right now. We won't win anything this season. The mentality is a problem, Bayaji. You fit it right in that. The difference between the previous teams and this team is mentality. The previous teams, I mean, I think 2 years in the last 5 years of 2 years, we were 5 point, we were 8 points, 9 points behind Arsenal on January the 2nd, February the 2nd, 8 points behind Arsenal in 2023, I think, when we won the title. Mentality, it all comes down to mentality. The guys don't have the mentality this season. Maybe maybe they will grow into it after season in the club. I don't know. I absolutely don't know. But Semenyo did a lot of errors today. He was outstanding at Bournemouth. I mean, when he played at Bournemouth and all, but Semenyo wasn't good. With Erling Haaland, I just don't know what it is. He just seems to be absolutely abysmal and out of form. Baiji says we signed direct players and then asked them to do tiki taka. I think Baiji today Semenya was given chances to run at the back four. He was given time to dribble. I don't think we asked Semenyo to do tiki taka today. But Semenyo, at least there were 2-3 dribbles when he just gave the ball away. There's at least one or two times when he should have got into the box with the ball that he didn't do. Semenyo was poor today, and Pep literally played Semenyo as the second striker. He literally gave him the license to be direct, him and Haaland. Both of them were crap. What we done in second half, and no words here as well, buddy. Absolutely no words here. I just cannot believe it. Like from 2-0, Spurs scored two goals, 2-2. Absolutely unbelievable. And also, it's not the defense. The defense was solid today. Not blaming the defense. The midfield, Rodri was, yes, a bit off pace, but the attack, and we attack from the front, attack from the back, and defend from the front. Just remember that. That's always been the ethos. The forwards not holding up the second balls, giving the ball away cheaply. That started their counter attacks. Semenyo trying to dribble too much. Erling Haaland not finding the right passes when he was put into space by some excellent, play from Donnarumma. Those passes from Donnarumma were outstanding. Didn't use Matthews Nunes too much today, allowing him to go on the right and then giving him the ball to cross into the box when we know Spurs' weakness is crosses. So very bad today. The mentality is just not there with this team. The mentality is absolutely not there with this team. Why this is every City player looks either injured or tired or about to get injured. Whole team made of glass. All weaklings. The most baffling decision by Aji is why didn't he bring on Omar Marmoush? Why didn't he bring on Omar Marmoush? See, in the seasons before, it's just February, 47 points, 6 points behind Arsenal. Definitely doable with the game at the Etihad, but not with this mentality, not with these players. Any other City team would have won the title this season. Any other City team under Pep, maybe except the first season one, would have won the title. This title is so easy. This is probably the worst title race in decades. Arsenal lose, we lose, Aston Villa lose. This is probably the worst title race in decades. And still we are not able to capitalize on it. I literally have no words to say. And today it was all about our strikers, our forwards. In a way, this just shows maybe how dependent we are on Jeremy Doku. How dependent we are absolutely on Jeremy Doku. Why is there zero motivation in this team despite lots of charity by Arsenal? Can't even make a race. That's what by any other City team would have won the title. Except maybe the City team of the first season under Pep. Arsenal's not good. When you have a team that's highest goal scorer is probably own goals, it's not good. Arsenal's not good. But we are bad. This season, the top four are abysmal in the Premier League. And they say best league because you have what 5 6 teams in the top 8 of the Champions League, but absolutely a crap. This is absolutely crap from us. We should be winning this league hands down, and especially there's nothing to blame the board as well. The board has given you Gay, the best centre back in the league, and Semenyo, the best attacker in the league this season. Gay and Semenyo, the board has done everything to help you. Pep Guardiola is putting these players into. Today we didn't lose because of the tiki taka by Pep Guardiola, unlike Bodo Gilmith. Pep is putting these players into attacking positions. Semenyo was given the license today to do whatever he wants. Haaland was given the license today to do whatever he wants. This is on the players and their weak mentality. We can accept anything, but we cannot accept weak mentality at this club. Let's make it absolutely clear to the players. Today it's not on Pep, not on the board, not on the defense. It's on those bloody two attackers up front. It's on those two attackers up front today. I'm sorry, they have lost us the title. Bayagi says Vienna did his job perfectly. What more does Pep require now? Spurs bench was unrecognizable, and still, if you let a 2 goal lead go away, then you must be fired. No excuses now. Bayagi says Haaland wins the ball and then runs into the crowd. But Bayagi, what can maybe what can you blame Pep Guardiola with? Maybe you can say Pep Guardiola should have bought an Omar Marmoush at the beginning. I always thought from the beginning it's a blunder that he's played right now there Semenyo up top. He needed to have played Semenyo on the left and right now and Marmoush as the striker pair with Haaland. He needed to have done that. That was a selection mistake from Pep, I think. But apart from that, I think Pep's playing the two best attackers in the Premier League right now, Semenyo and Haaland, if you see in terms of the goals scored, goal contributions and all. Semenyo and Haaland are the two best strikers and two best attackers in the Premier League right now. He's playing both of them. And when both of them cannot hold the ball up, both of them miss chances. I'm sorry, this is on the players, especially Semenyo and Haaland. Haaland's mentality has gone to absolute shit. I don't know what's happened with Haaland. He was not like this. the years before. I don't know what's happened to him now. He's just missing chances. His endeavor to fight for the duels has gone down. If I'm Pep, I'm saying Marmo starts. I'm sorry, Marmo starts next season. Next match over Haaland. Marmo starts. I don't know what happens, but Marmos and I'm bloody put Marmos and Foden up front next season. Next match against Liverpool. Haaland's been absolutely crap. How many times exactly Baji Haaland has won the ball, gone into the crowd, won the second ball, given the ball away? This is absolute shit. Absolute shit from Erling Haaland. It's because of Erling Haaland and it's because of Erling Haaland and Semenyo. So this is not even on Pep. I mean, you play the two best attackers in the Premier League and still they let you down. I don't know what you do as a manager as well. But that one thing, maybe Semenyo or Marmoush, but that's the only thing. Otherwise, I'm happy with what Pep did. He gave them the license to, you know, go play on the counter, did all. I think the team selection, apart from that Marmoush Semenyo thing, was perfect. The two attackers, they just formed him. But again, why did you take so long when you knew Haaland and Semenyo were having a shit game? Remove one of them, remove both of them and bring Phil Foden and Omar Marmoush in that place. I just don't know. Absolute crap from City. Gone. Done. The only thing we can win maybe is the Carabao Cup. And that also I'm not sure now because if these idiots can come back from 2-0 down, Newcastle with Voltemade, Voltemade, Visa, Gordon can also come back from 2-0 down. I just don't know. Long season ahead for us, to be honest. Absolutely long season ahead for us. See you all, guys, and take care. Very disappointing loss. I mean, it feels like a loss, even though it's a draw.